welcome to the studio. I'm Elaine. Today we're having a look at my very first journal. So this is my reading journal from 2019. So this is when I started getting into reading journaling and junk journaling, and I really embraced junk journaling. I thought it would be interesting to see how I started out because it's so different. I just came across this journal in the studio a few days ago, and I had a flip through it, and I thought it's very interesting to see how far I've come since when I started. It's so different. I actually have a video up of this, of a flip through at the time, but I think it's interesting to see my perspective on it now with what I've created since. So this journal, this is done in just a refill pad, so the pages are lined. It's just for like a project book for a school or whatever. And I put this like tissue paper. I think it's meant for decoupage, that type of paper, that real thin paper. I have several layers of that on the cover. The cover was this bright blue color. It wasn't very nice. So then I put all of this on it, a few layers with PVA glue, and I quite liked it. I really like this paper. And then I'm not sure why I did this, but I have this, the glue is starting to wear off a little bit. I have this page stuck down there, and then I have this as the introduction to the book. It's kind of like an end paper. I like this paper as that, but I didn't really like it to use it. Actually, at the time I didn't know exactly how to use papers. So this is what I did with it. It's just like the first page. And then the start of the journal is this section where I was doing like a book of the month and then a book of the year. It's kind of like a book bracket, but not done very nicely. It's very plain. Now, these envelopes are quite nice. I would be so tempted to take them out of the journal, but I don't want to do that to it. So this is what I did. I just wrote down my favorite book from each month. Not very prettily done, but the papers are nice. I wish I had written it nicer, but I just don't like my handwriting. It's just, but there was, it was just getting the information down. These envelopes and little pieces of paper, I got these in Venice with a really lovely leather notebook, which I haven't used yet. I still just have the book. It was super expensive, but I got that book and a quill pen, and then these envelopes and note papers. Haven't used the book at all, and I have some of these left still. Really pretty, really like them. And this is just, you know, fine. It has the information there. And then this is my list of what I read. So it starts with Day Zero by Kresley Cole. I'm actually reading a book in this series at the moment. So it starts with that, and I have book, series, author, genre, tags, themes, format, pages and hours, and it continues on the next page of rating, dates read, ownership. So this is whether I own it, got it from Scribd or the library. If I've written a review, if it was a reread, if I read it as part of my book club or a group read on Goodreads, if it was part of a reading challenge, and then what page it's on in this book. So there's a lot here for each book. I definitely don't do this anymore. It's too much. I do have a spreadsheet that I use similar to this, but it's way too much in this. I didn't like filling this in all the time. So that's there. I do quite like how I've done this with these little books. So I stuck them down and you can just lift them up. So like there's Shadow and Bone, and there's a photograph that I took of the book. Quite like that because they flip up like that. It's not great the way it covers all these other books, but it, you know, it flips up. I like this feature where it's an interactive image. And then these really nice butterflies, really like them. And the rest of it is pretty plain. There it is, it just has the information. And here I was, like, you can see where I'm starting to get a bit into junk journaling. So I have this nice ribbon, and I was, I guess, trying to put down some shading with an ink pad, and then these feathers. Still have some of these feathers. Here, I think it looks kind of strange. And yeah, the twine, but you can see I'm, you know, starting to dip my toes in. And then we have more books with some lovely photographs again. These are all photos that I've taken. And here's some more junk journaling elements. Really like these. Oh, that's very loose. Okay, just gently. Love this little section. Doesn't really go with anything here, but I like the, you know, the potential of it. There, and again, trying to shade. Yeah, another section with that, and that's just the rest of the information for those books. Well, I got a stamp here. I guess I didn't like it too much. I didn't use it very much. And then more books again. I should look up how many books I read in 2019. It looks like it was a good bit. This one had ink spilled on it. I kind of like the effect it left on it. This is where I got some silicone stamps. I'm trying them out for the first time. And some washi stickers. First time with washi stickers. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up how many books I read. There we go. And then I have, a genres graph. That's interesting, yeah. I read, mostly fantasy, but an almost urban fantasy. Very little horror, very little literary. And I quite like how this turned out. I think these, no, they're from a paperback. I thought they might have been from Daphne's Diary, but they are from a paperback that I got. Love this page, really love it. And I really like how I did this, the dividers here with the photograph that I took, and it just goes so well, this page. I think it's quite nice. This background is from Daphne's Diary and don't really like that. It's not my style so much, but it goes well enough with this, I guess, the colors, but yeah, not my thing. This one I quite like. So this is from Romanceopoly. They do have a board themselves, but this was their first year doing it, I think, and I did not have a printer, so I just made one. I made up one. I wrote down the street names and I just made it up with some watercolors and watercolor paper, so it's real thick paper, and I didn't put too much work into it. I just wanted to have a board, so that's what I did there. This is from a coloring book that one of my friends in a Goodreads group sent to me. She sadly passed away recently, so this is nice to have in here. And I have some quotes there. Oh yeah, that's from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And then this is my tracking for Romanceopoly. So those are the street names and then the task associated with them. Another page from a coloring book. Oh, and then there's the rules for Romanceopoly. Yeah, another page from a coloring book. And then my tracking, so the books that I read. Yeah, a very colourful section for this. Don't really like it. It's I was just sticking in the coloring book pages. Not the worst, but it doesn't really make, there's not a lot of theming going on. That one is quite cool. Yeah, that's still Romanceopoly. There's another lovely tab. I quite like this. I think I'll do this again. Just a nice big one with a photograph on it. Oh yeah, this is my reading goal tracker, which I quite like as well. I like the idea of having this textured background that looks like a wall, and then having all these frames on it, and then fill them in as I read the amount. So my goal was 80, so I read at least 80 books in 2019. Yeah, I like the idea of this. I would like to do it again a bit differently. And then onto reading plans. I love these acid papers. These are just fabulous. I love that look. Love this page as well. And again, it's like no effort on my part. There it is. It's just really nice. Another, there's the pen and sitting on that leather book that I got in Venice. So TBR read versus unread. So that's interesting. So okay, what way did I do this? I should have written a key to tell me what these meant. Oh, there we go. So the dashes are read and then the one is a planned read. I wonder, is the colored bit then how much I actually read? And then, oh, I haven't a clue. But there we go, there's that. So there's my January TBR. It's a pretty long TBR. And I think these are all just like this, just this messy kind of watercolor splotching around the edges and a tag with the month and then the list of books Irish readathon. Yeah, pretty basic. It was a reading challenge in my group. That came out with a nice effect. Yeah, I obviously liked that. I kept doing it. I wonder how I got it like that. Jane Austen, July. Oh, a few reading challenges. Oh, I got more into, I've done it a bit more organized for reading challenges on this side. Oh wow, they're cute. I wonder what I had them in. They're kind of puffy. And that's very nice. I think these are from a Daphne's Diary magazine as well. And then wrap up. So that's that pen and book from Venice again, and this fabulous paper. So monthly reading totals. I read a lot in May. Yeah, nothing in December, or I just never filled it in. I have it like partially covered. This is from Daphne's Diary as well. I never seem to read much in January, February. All this time of year, I never seem to read very much. July is very low. Yeah. I don't know why. I think like winter I have loads of time to read, but I have some maths there for some reason. Yeah, so January wrap up. Ah, here I'm getting into the collaging. Very nice. See the potential starting to grow there. That's from a pack of stickers. They're cute. Yeah, trying out my stamps. These are from a Daphne's Diary. This is so nice, these watercolors. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why I did that. Oh, I started doing that the whole time then. I really like including photographs of the books I read. So like these would have been on my Instagram. It's nice to have some of my own photos in my journal. It's quite a nice sticker. That's from Daphne's Diary. Yeah, I really got more into the collaging. It's like a tea bag over a photograph. Okay, nothing in that. That came in the Daphne's Diary as well. There's more of those. I wonder where I got those stickers. I don't remember them at all. Okay, this paperback has some fabulous papers in it. I'm not sure what it was. Okay, what is this? Reviews. Okay, I'm not a fan of writing reviews. There's a lot of pages in this because I was doing 2 books per page, but I don't like to write reviews, so I struggle with what to say. So I just kind of scribbled something down, and I didn't like doing this section, and that's all it is. I tried to do a little bit with it, but I still, you know, I was just trying things out, and I didn't get very far with it. Yeah, yeah. Near the end, I'm just writing, love it. Okay, yeah, it's just mostly blank, and then some unused pages. That's it. And then this is study. Okay, I don't know what this is. These are quite pretty. Further reading. I'm not entirely sure what I had planned for this section. I didn't do it anyway. I didn't do any study. Oh, okay. These is just, oh, I wanted to look at some books a bit closer. Oh, look at this. This is the English Patient. North and South. Okay, yeah, I obviously wanted to do more intensive reading with these guys and I never did it. Oh well. Series. Okay, that's from Daphne's Diary. This is a template I made up. You can get it on my blog for free. It's just a simple series tracker where you're tracking the number of books read using coffee beans. I was thinking about using this in my current journal, but I'm going to use a different system because the style of it just doesn't go with my current journal. I printed these, I think in the library or something, and I accidentally printed them in black and white. They are in color. And yeah, I like this. Doing this. Don't really like the background, but I can see what I was like trying to do. Quite like the way that's done. And then these pages, what are they, series, yeah. So I drew some book spines to color in to say how far in the series I had read. And I quite like these collage pages. I think I really got into collaging with this section. I don't know what that book is. It wasn't the book that's being talked about or the series being talked about. Yeah, I like this. It doesn't go well with the rounded. Like it needs more work, but I like the idea of it. It's commonly done in reading journals though. Oh, these candles are so nice. They're from Calic Candles. She does just such really nice candles. Yeah, I'm trying to burn the edges on some paper without burning the house down. That was how far I did, and I had a page at the back of the book where I was testing pens and things like that. That page actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, that is it. Testing my ink pads and stuff. And then that's just a collage page that was done up in a paper pad. So that is where I started with my journaling, where I started doing my junk journal style reading journals. I think I've come a pretty long way. I really embraced the junk journaling, and I've kind of lost sight of some of the reading journal elements, and I really want to bring them back in this year's journal, which I will have a video up soon if it's not up already. I don't know when I'll actually have this. But that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.